Hi everyone, it's Mike here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's time for week 34 over on the Mission Inspiration Facebook group. So let me turn over to my overhead camera and I'll show you the prompt, read through the oracle, and then I'll get started on my page for this week. So week 34 and the prompt is wild. So embrace the untamed spirit within, where freedom and raw energy thrive. Like the wilderness, let your true nature roam without restraint. Explore with courage, for in the wilderness of life find authenticity and passion. Celebrate the unpredictable, where spontaneity and adventure lead you to discover the boundless potential of your wild, untethered soul. Fantastic. I just love the cat. Right, so with the word wild popping up, I immediately thought of that fantastic book by Maurice Sendak, and obviously the animated version of the film and the actual film, the live action version of the film as well. And I thought I just had to use a couple of the characters, Max especially, from Where the Wild Things Are, in my page today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create on the base. So we're going to be working on this side of the page. Obviously I've got my prompt already on it. That's from the previous, well, a couple of weeks ago, actually week 21. Wow. So I'm going to be doing it on that because that's the way it fits inside of my journal. As you can imagine, week 20, week 21, they're the last weeks. So week 32 and week 33. So week 34 will go in there, and then week 21 pops back up there again on the other side. So that's how they're fixed into the journal on the elastic. So as you can see, and I've shown you loads of times, it's getting quite thick. There is supposed to be another, a third section in here. It's not going to fit. I know it's not going to fit. So what I'm probably going to have to do is I'm probably going to have to break apart this journal or create a new journal with an even wider spine, because this just wasn't big enough to hold all of my Mission Inspiration projects from 2024, because we've still got 18 weeks to go. I know, or thereabouts, or maybe a few more. Anyway, so I'm going to work on this piece of craft cardstock as the base, and then I'm going to build up I'm going to do a cluster collage today. So that's what the plan is. Now, obviously, we're talking about wild things. So in the wild, we need foliage and that kind of stuff. So I've got this fabulous piece of foliage patterned paper. I think it's a graphic 45. I think, is it graphic 45? Yes, it is graphic 45 from their Safari Adventure collection. I've also got animal print as well. This is the one that's got the birdies on. So yeah, but I wanted the foliage just in that background. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue that down, because we are, like I said, we are going to create a bit of a cluster layered collage today. So, and I'm not going to go mad with the glue, as long as it's tacked down. Like I said, I'm running out of glue again. I'm just saying that I could theoretically, because we're not doing huge amounts today, I could use the spirit glue again, if I can remember where I've put it. So this one doesn't make any difference whether it's upside down or not. Foliage is foliage. We're going to cover most of it up anyway. So I've got that little kind of craft card. I know you probably can't see it on this background, but craft card, there we go. So I'm hoping that's going to hold. I'm using Elmer's school glue. Are you going to hold? I said it's nearly run out. I'm really having to shake it to get it down to the bottom. Could do with standing it upside down actually. There we go. So because we're doing wild things, I want natural, all natural stuff. So I've gone and taken a couple of pieces of burlap from my Dina Wakley multi-surface journal. I took out quite a lot of the burlap sheets because they're really difficult to work on. Unless you're using like texture paste and that kind of stuff, they are quite difficult to work on. So I've taken them out because I want to layer a piece on like that. But just to keep a bit of reality in there, I've also got some like ledger paper. This was from a collection that I had in my stash years and years and years ago. And Ian's used most of this, which is why there's double-sided adhesive stuck on the back of it. So what I want to do, I'm going to see if I can tear it. If I can't tear it, you see, I can't tear it. And I had a pair of pinking shears. Ian's borrowed them again and never bothered to return them. So, and if I can't tear it, I'm going to have to do some kind of wavy cutting with a pair of scissors, because you won't be able to tear it with your or with the, like the decal edge. I can do those. I can just do like jagged cuts. Probably don't even want as big a piece as this actually. How big do we want it? Probably about there. What I might do is I might scruff it just with the edge of the scissors. I do have a paper scruffer somewhere that I usually keep within reach, but even I don't tidy up all the time either. That's not like it. Let's just scruff up, just using the edge of the scissors. Okay, so flick that on the floor for the cleaner, which is me. Right, okay, so we'll stick that down there, and then we can stick that over the top. There's that kind of juxtaposition of the ordinary and the natural, the ordered with the graph paper, and then yeah, it works in my mind anyway. I'm sure you can understand. Right, so let's peel the back off that. Alright, and then let's stick that down kind of in the middle. Excellent. Okay, and then for the burlap, I'm going to use something a little bit stronger. I'm going to use the Indigo Blue Grab and Go, because this is thicker and it will dry clear, but it does grab quite quickly. So this will kind of seep into the holes, but will disappear completely. Right. So that will hold. That's it. Push it into the holes. Like I said, it does dry completely clear. Love it. Okay, so we'll let that dry for a little while and then I'll be right back. So while the glue's drying on the burlap, I've got some of my fern foliage, which are the craft ephemera, the laser cut craft ephemera. I'm going to be using a couple of the larger pieces and one of the smaller bits, I think. I think those two large pieces are rather lovely. I may even just turn one of them over so we've got a bit of a difference in the shape. But what I want to do is I want to paint them. So I've got a couple of paint colours. I've got Indigo Blues Peppermint Tea. Now I did hear on the grapevine that Indigo Blue are going to be retiring some of these paints. I'm not really sure which ones are going and which ones are staying. And they've got some new paint colours coming out. They want to completely refresh the range next year, I think. So they're retiring a lot of the old paints in favour of some new. So I'm not really sure which ones are staying and which ones are going. So anyway, so because we're using mostly greens and browns in this, I thought these colours would work really, really well. So like I said, Peppermint Tea. I'm just pouncing on with one of those ink blending foams that you can now get everywhere. Different brands, different makes now, not just Ranger. And some of them are a lot cheaper as well. Right, so I'm also going to get a darker green. Oh, this one is Olive Waistcoat. Again, don't know whether or not this is staying or whether it's going. So until I get the definitive list, it's difficult to say. So all I'm going to do is just go up and just add a little bit of additional, different shade, different tone, because it's darker, to that green. That's soaked up quite well, that, hasn't it? With the craft cardstock being quite absorbent, it does take the colour quite quick. There we go. So spounce, rub a little, blend a bit. There we go. Cool, I think that'll do. That's gonna be quite effective. So I just need to get that dried off and then I'll be back. All right, so most of that grab and go has started to dry now. It's all dying back, so it's good enough for me to start. Let me just move the rest of those leaves out of the way. I can put them away later, back into my stash. So I can start to add the leaves onto the page where I want them. So I want to start creating a bit of a kind of cluster up here, like so, and then maybe just kind of like a smaller one over there. Or maybe do it that way. Yeah, I think I kind of like the way that is there. So let's get that glued down first. So just add a little bit of some of the leaves, just because I don't want them sticking up too much. I could paint this on, but I'm not gonna. So let's just lay that on there for now, and then I can find out exactly where. There we go, about there. Okay. And because it dries clear, it doesn't really make any difference whether you get any on your hands or anything. So I have to admit, when I was kind of planning out this page, I did have a lot of fun actually, just planning it, even just as a planning stage, working out what I wanted to do, what kind of products and stuff I wanted to include, what layers I wanted to do, and the fact that we've got like burlap and paper and all that kind of stuff in there is just a bit of fun, isn't it? It's lovely. So I think actually we'll have that coming across here as well. So I'm going to get a little bit of glue on my finger for this one. And I'm just going to run the glue that should do it. And you can bend them because they're quite thin. Alright, so let's just grab that wet wipe because I didn't throw it away. Nice one with the paint on. Alright, so I can set that aside just to let dry. In the meantime, I've got my characters from Where the Wild Things Are. I need to fancy cut them out, and then I will join with you again in a little while. Okay, so I've got my two little characters cut out. So what I want to do, and I'm just going to audition them. So because this one's larger, I think I want him towards the bottom, like so. And I think we'll have Max stomping up there. So let's just tilt him a little bit, just so there's a little bit of kind of like movement in that. Yeah, and it looks like they're stomping around inside the jungle, or inside a forest at least. So let's just flip that over. I did print on the back of something else because recycling and all that. Yeah, let's give that a bit of a tilt there. Love it. And then grab Max. And then I want him up here. Love it. Some pages, when you do them, just make you happy. This is one of them. I just absolutely adore these characters. In fact, I think I'm actually going to watch the movie again tonight because I absolutely love it. I shall laugh and I shall cry. Right, so I need to get my little quote onto the page. So I've got brushed corduroy, that'll do. Get some brown, and then not a direct quote from the book, but near enough. Possibly paraphrased. So I'm just going around with a little bit of brown distressing just to give it a little bit of pop. There we go. Just one line cut into two, spaced out. And then let's just grab, let's use that glue again. Because if I use a glue stick, dry glue stick, it won't stick onto that burlap, but at least I know this will. So we'll have that there. And this one, oh, bit much there. It's all right, it dries clear, so that's fine. And we'll put that just there. So that reads, there's a wild thing that exists in all of us. Okay, so let's just grab my art journal page. So that's now going to get stuck down into here. So it'll end up with a nice little bit of a white frame. So we'll use the same glue again. We won't go mad. We don't mind a little bit of relief. There we go. We just need something heavy on there just to hold it down for a little while. So what I need to do is just to add some heavy items onto those corners just to get those to hold down. I think I've left something over on my desk. There we go. All right, so they've been on there for a good 5-10 minutes. Everything is now secure and held down. So I think that's it. I'm going to call that a day for my week 34 for the Mission Inspiration Art Challenge. And the prompt, as you can see, was wild. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create this art journal page today. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up because it really does help me and the channel get noticed by the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to, you can share it with your friends. I nearly forgot what to say then. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. But if you want to join us over in our Mission Inspiration Facebook group, that is the URL on the screen there for our weekly art challenges. Will also be a clickable link below the video. So that's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.